Okay, so now we are in the part 2 of our continuation with lesson 6, Marxist theory or conflict theory. So, what is the relation when we talk about socialism and communism? So, when we talk about socialism as an ideology, as a political ideology, and of course, this ideology or political ideology is originated also from Karl Marx. So socialism as an ideology is also considered as a transitional stage between capitalism and communism. And while communism is the classless, stateless society with the idea of common ownership. So from each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. So that's one of the idea of a communist type of state. Mm. So it aims to bridge the gap between a society based on private ownership and one based on communal of ownership. So that's socialism. Key features of socialism. So collective ownership. The means of production, factories, land resources are managed by the state or cooperatives. Part of the key features of socialism or socialist state, the redistribution of wealth to reduce income inequality through the mechanism like progressive taxation, the welfare system, public services, education, healthcare, in which the state will be the one to provide this one. The state will be the one to redistribute these resources or wealth. Then, part of the key features of socialism, the regulated economy or planned economy. So, in contrast to the free market, in which the capitalists are given the freedom to do their business, but in socialism, in socialist state, the economy will be regulated by the state or by the government to ensure that the production meets social needs rather than private profit. Then another key features of socialism, workers' control or influence over the workplace. So often through unions or democratic management structures. The goal of socialism is to reduce the class distinction by limiting the power of the capitalist class, those who own the capital or production, to lay the groundwork for more equitable society by addressing the imbalance created under the capitalism. So, another goals of socialism to move towards a society where wealth and power are more evenly distributed. What are the examples in practice in today's time? So the modern day social democracies, like the state Scandinavia that implements the element of socialism through strong welfare state, though they still operate under capitalism. So naa siya ipagka-capitalism pero naagyapoy they also uphold the idea of socialism. Then in modern time or in modern time or modern period, the idea of historical socialist state. So historical socialist state like the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic or USSR, the Cuba, China, these are all socialist state in the 20th century. So they tried to build socialism as a first step toward achieving communist type of government, often under centralized state control. So communism is the end goal of Marxist theory, a classless, stateless society where all property is commonly owned by the state, and there's no need for government or coercive state apparatus. The key features of communism: abolition of private property in terms of productive assets, not the personal items. And no classes or class struggle. Everyone is equal in terms of social and economic status. No state or government in a traditional sense, as it becomes unnecessary in a truly classless society. And another key features of communism, production for use, not for profit. So goods and services are produced to meet human needs, not for sale or accumulation for capital. The famous slogan of a communist state or communism, from each according to his ability to each according to his needs. So this phrase, popularized by Karl Marx, captures the ideal of communist distribution. People contribute based on what they can do and receive based on what they need, not based on what they earn or own. Communism as a vision. It is a utopian it is a utopian ideal for many. But there are also people seen as the culmination of human social and economic development. In theory, alienation, exploitation, poverty would be eliminated because the economic system is built entirely around human need. The challenges in following the idea of communism in practice. No society has fully achieved a true communism as envisioned by Karl Marx. Most so-called communist states have operated under the idea of socialism, which heavy state control. The transition from socialism to communism has historically proven difficult, with many regimes stalling or collapsing before achieving the final stage. So these are the overview regarding about socialism and communism. So in terms of ownership, in socialism, in socialist state or collectively ownership, but in communism, common ownership by all. Okay? And then state, in socialist state, it exists to manage transition and resources, but in communism as a state, it abolished as unnecessary. The class system, we talk about socialism, reduce but still exist to some degree. So nagya po class system pero di na gyud nga na ka pareha sa capitalism. But in communism, classless society. So fully classless society, walay bourgeoisie, walay proletariat. Everybody is equal. In terms of economy, in socialist state, the economy, planned or mixed economy. But in communism, the economy is fully planned for human need. So economy is more on for human consumption or for human need. The distribution principle of socialism, to each according to his work. Communism, to each according to his needs or her needs. Historical example of socialist state like USSR, Cuba, China, or modern social democracies like Korea, North Korea. But communism, wala gyud naka-achieve of perfect communism. Most of them are just a socialist state. The criticism of Marxism. So, the criticism of Marxism, so, accused of being overly deterministic. So, Marxism is often criticized for its economic determinism. The belief that economic factors, especially the mode of production, are the primary drivers of all social, political, and cultural development. The critics argue that this view oversimplifies human society, neglecting the roles of ideas, culture, religion, and individual choices. By focusing too much on class struggle and material condition, Marxism tends to ignore other factors that influence social change, such as technological innovation, leadership, and moral or ethical values. Another criticism of Marxism theory, the challenges in practical implementation. While Marxism presents an ideal vision of a classless and stateless society, its real-world application have faced major difficulties. Attempts to establish Marxist or communist society such as the Soviet Union, China, and other socialist states often resulted in economic inefficiency, corruption, and lack of innovation. The system's emphasis on collective ownership and central planning sometimes lead to poor productivity and limited individual motivation, as people had fewer personal incentives to work hard or innovate. As a result, these societies often struggled to sustain economic growth and meet the citizens' basic needs. Number three, criticism of Marxism theory, the potential for authoritarian rule. In practice, Marxist revolutions have frequently lead to authoritarian or totalitarian government rather than the envisioned classless democracy. Leaders often justified centralized control and repression in the name of protecting the revolution or ensuring equality. This concentration of power in the hands of a few party leaders resulted in limited political freedom, censorship, and suppression of dissent. Critics argue that instead of empowering the working class, such regimes replace one form of oppression with another, contradicting the original goals of Marxism. So that's the criticism regarding about the Marxism theory. So what are the influence of Marxism theory? So the influence of Marxism theory, it inspired numerous political movement, and it also inspired that revolution spark or emerge in many parts of the world. It also influenced fields like the areas or discipline of sociology, economics, and philosophy, and it continues to shape the political and economic debates today. So now we have the neo-Marxism theory. The neo-Marxism theory, it's more on modern adaptation of Marxist theory. It addressed changes in capitalist society since Marx's time, and it incorporates insight from other social theories. So I think that's the end of my discussion regarding about lesson 6. Thank you and good evening everyone.